Hello, vintage 80s and 90s toy fans. I got something here for you, real cool. Not really vintage, but vintage adjacent, because it brings me back to my collection of old comic books and stuff like that when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s. More of a newer toy, but check, remember these? Who's got any of these? I got quite the collection. Incredible Hulk, he's bigger than the other ones. For example, remember? Here's a Aquaman. Big boy. Incredible Hulk, these got really big in the mid-late teens, 20 teens. Especially after all the Marvel movies, obviously, and DC movies. But I got a real nice collection. I just collected a bunch for myself for nostalgic reasons, and then also I got a bunch for my kids too, just to play with the boys, to open up for their birthdays and Christmases and stuff. And of course, Dad had to get a bunch for himself to tote away. Look at this one, Bizarro Superman. The kids, of course, a lot of them got broke or ruined, just marred. And Dad's got his old school Batman. You guys got any of these? Deathshot. More of a unique one. And I just got them at the department stores. Didn't order them, nothing. I think I got this one at Target. This is dope. This is when the Superman Batman movie came out. Real nice. I wish I could play with them, but I'm a little bit too big, so they say. So they suggest. So they led me to believe. Yeah, Spider-Man. I guess I'll just keep them and give them to my boys again when they're older. And then they can decide what to do with them. Check this out. Agent Venom. That's just so cool. I wish I had these when I was a kid. They had I had G.I. Joes. I'll show you the G.I. Joes one day in a video. A lot of mine broke, of course, because if you guys remember, the G.I. Joes had the little teeny rubber band in the waist, and that shit always broke. So I have like half of my G.I. Joes are broken in a little tote, in a little tiny tote. Look at this guy. Scarlet Spider. A lot of these guys, I didn't read their comics or see them, but the toys are just so cool. I doubt there'll be anything. Kind of like the Junk Wax cards. They probably made so many millions of these. And then guys like me collecting them. Toting them away, and there's probably just so many, but they'll probably never be worth anything. But again, I make these videos for the nostalgia of it all. What else? Look at this guy. Electric Superman. Ever even heard of this guy? Not me, but I did look him up one time, and he was a thing. What else? This looks like Carnage. Spider-Man's enemy. And of course, speaking of Carnage, Venom. Obviously. And then, of course, speaking of which, Spider-Man also, enemy. Oh yeah, Sandman. All right, we're at the bottom row. We got some old school ones. Iron Man, there's 100 million of these made. Let's see what else. We got Winter Soldier. I bet you wish you were him. We got this guy, of course. My son broke his hands off on his toy. Well, this one, I don't know why. Must be Muslim, got caught stealing or something. Here's a chick one. Gotta have a girl. Love interest. Good old Black Widow. She's not as pretty as Scarlett Johansson, though. Her doll, anyways. Of course, you got Hawkeye. Getting with that Scarlet Witch. Not Scarlet Witch. Black Widow, I mean. Thor. This is for us Norwegians. For us Vikings. Vikings and... Yes, this is a nice looking Captain America. Look at that guy. All the best colors. And then, last but not least, oh, we already showed this one. I guess I had two of it in there. Did I just put them back in there? No, I just had another one. Iron Man again. Well, that was the big collection of all my figures. Don't call them figurines. Don't call them dolls.